Okay, hello everybody. I'm Johan. I'm sitting here in Sweden, starting to get a little bit of a spring, so that's nice. It's been a long winter, so finally getting some energy from the sun. I'm here today because I'm going to talk about Nhost, the CLI, and our GitHub integration. Two new features that we've been working on for the last weeks. So this will introduce a new workflow when you work as a developer with an Nhost project. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna briefly talk about it here, and then I'm gonna show you the whole workflow. So this is how you do the first time. So you create an Nhost project, you create a GitHub repository, and you want to connect the GitHub repository with the Nhost project. So very much like you would do on Netlify or Vercel. Yeah. Then after that, we'll clone down the repository to our local machine, and we will initiate the local repository with our Nhost project. The Nhost project is going to be sort of the production backend, and the local repository, if you will be where we do local development. After that, we will issue a command nhost dev to spawn our backend locally. Now we have like a fully fledged nhost backend locally that we can work on. So we'll do a couple of database changes, and we will commit those changes and push our code, and nhost will automatically deploy migrations for us. After this is the first time you need to do a little bit here in the first time. After that, the continuous workflow you would do is you go to your repository, you run nhost dev, you get a local environment, you do your development, you do database changes, updates, all that, and you commit, push, automatically deployed to production. So this is the workflow you're going to work with. So let's see how this works in reality. So let's do a new app here called Netflix. I'm just going to create that. While that is starting, I'm going to create my repository, Netflix. Do private, I will initialize with a README file. It's fine. Head back to nhost. Let's see. Okay, our project is up and running. Let's see what's the next step here. So we want to connect the GitHub repository to the nhost project. We'll do that here. Let me just see the Netflix repository is up. Yes. So now we're going to connect the two dots here. I'm going to connect, and we need to install the nhost GitHub application. I'm going to install it on my user here. I'm going to select that nhost will only be available to use Netflix repository. I'm going to install. So now I'm installing the application. Boom! Everything is connected now. I can select. I can select all the repositories I am able to select. I only gave access to Netflix, so I'm going to select the Netflix GitHub repository. You can also, add new organizations here. I'm not going to talk about that, but okay. So we're connecting the repository here. So the UI we haven't been working on a lot, but GitHub repo connected Netflix. So that's it's connected now. What's next? Clone GitHub repository. Okay, so I'm going to clone the GitHub repository. Git clone. While that is cloning, I'm going to look here again. So next, we want to initiate a Nhost project in the GitHub folder. Okay, so we go into the Netflix folder. So now we need the Nhost CLI tool. So you can install it by simply do npm install g nhost latest. This is also how you update the Nhost CLI. So I already have it installed. But anyway, so it's installed again. Next, you will do nhost init, and you do endpoint equals Now we need to specify the Hasura endpoint, this one here. Oops. Note that endpoint. Note that there is no, /v1/GraphQL here. It's just the endpoint as it is. Next, admin secret equals show secret. Right. Oh, what happened? What's happening here? It's ending with bid. Okay. So running that command. Now we're basically pulling down all migrations from our production and host project down to our local folder right here. So we successfully initiated the nhost project here. Next, nhost dev. I was a little bit too confident there. Okay, so this will spawn the local environment. This will spawn a local Postgres database, local Hasura backend plus, so that you have a full backend running locally. First time here, there's a couple of things needs to be initiated, so it takes roughly 30 seconds or so. So yeah, we're gonna wait for that a little bit. And okay, so we also start Hasura console. As you can see here, this is a local console. So we have localhost 9695. This is our local Hasura console. And as you can see, we have the standard tables that comes with any nhost project. So this is local project. I'm going to show you now the production console. So I'm going to click here for the production console, copy the admin secret and log in. So these two environments right now are the same. They are in sync. Production environment, local environment. So I'm going to slide the production environment to the leftmost here so we can see that later. For now, we're going to use the local environment. So let's see, make database changes. Okay, so let's do a database change. We add a table, we do local development, we add our customers, perhaps, creating some columns, name, text, all that good stuff. We'll add the table. The table is added. Okay, we made some database changes. Now we need to commit and push changes. Okay, so as you can see, we can terminate the nhost dev, shutting down our environment. We don't actually need to do that. We could open another terminal to commit, but let's just see here what happened. So git status. Okay, so we have a migrations folder with a couple of migrations inside. We don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to commit all new database changes. Git push. This will push everything up to GitHub, and since we have connected our nhost project with this repository just previously, all our migrations will be applied in the production. So let's see here, we're gonna reload the production environment, and as you can see, our customers table is here, ID, name. So we just successfully connected the repository with our nhost project. We made local development changes. We pushed our code, automatically deployed to production. That's it. That's what I want to show you. Okay, so last thing here. There's some known issues that I want to talk to you about as well. We're gonna fix these issues as time goes, but I'm just gonna say them here. So migrations are being applied with the latest version of Hasura CLI. So we're gonna fix this eventually, but for for the best, the best thing you can do is make sure your Hasura version in the Nhost project is as up to date as possible. Then it shouldn't be a problem. Storage doesn't work with Nhost Dev right now, and we won't implement that right now because we're waiting for releasing Hasura Backend Plus version 2 1 or 2 weeks from now. So we're going to hold up with that for a little bit. Yeah, no GitHub deployment feedback in the Nhost console. So as you can see, there's no feedback that something got deployed or anything like that. It's happening in the background. We will address this as soon as possible. So lastly, remember, things are in beta. Please report bugs to us, and we will address them as soon as possible. But please try it out. Give it a go. Thank you.